Jeff Passan, blue checkmark, ESPN. Breaking. Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association have reached a tentative agreement on a new labor deal, sources tell ESPN. And while it still needs to be ratified by both parties, that is expected to be a formality. And when it is, baseball is back.
So there you go. Finally done.
Hallelujah. I'd love to tell you that I'm thrilled, but I'm agitated it took this long because that was like labor is what it was, waiting for the baby to be born.
It wasn't that hard of an agreement.
No, that was a struggle. Boy, was that a struggle and infuriating. So now, look, if you're thinking about the impact on the Red Sox and what does it mean, there's some good news here. And that is that the Red Sox finished last year just under $190 million. They were under the luxury tax. The luxury tax is now going up to about $230 million. Okay, now I don't know if they settled at 230, 232, or 231. But whatever it is, it's around 230. Their current payroll, according to Spotrac online, is about 165. Now, I don't know if all those signings have been counted, but they haven't made a big signing yet. They have some money to spend. Spend it. Spend it. Now you can stay under the tax and still spend more than you were spending. So I would say go spend it. You made a nice run last year. You got yourself a good team. Chris Sale's going to be a year closer to full health. Whitlock looks like he can help you out. You got yourself a pretty decent team. Make a run at it. Go get yourself a championship. And if that means you got to make a big signing somewhere, make it. Make it. You got the room now.
Just Google top remaining MLB free agents. Number 1, Carlos Correa. Number 2, Freddie Freeman. Stop there. You mentioned Carlos Correa the other day. Mm-hmm. You think that's a legitimate consideration?
I think that, I'll tell you why I think Carlos Correa is a legitimate consideration. Okay, they don't need a shortstop. They have a shortstop. But it does safeguard them against Bogarts if he wants out. Okay, and they could play Bogarts at second base. They can justify then paying Bogarts a little bit less to play second because you're not playing shortstop anymore, so you're not quite as valuable to us, but we'll still give you an extension. So maybe you can figure that out. And the big factor for me, Cora. Cora loves him. Correa's better defensively than Bogarts. Bogarts a better offensive player, I think. But Cora loves him, and I think that if there's some sort of connection there, that Cora could be some sort of factor in helping bridge that deal. So I don't think it's, the kid that they drafted last year, Mike, Marcelo Mayer, who's a fabulous talent, okay, number 4 pick in the draft. He's a few years away. That's not going to happen anytime fast. That's probably at least 3 years out, minimum. So you're going to have to figure out shortstop. I'd go get Correa.
Wasn't he a college player?
He was, but he was a high school player.
He was.
Yeah,
he never did college.
18. 18 years old.
Okay.
Now, look, it's not unprecedented for a 19 or 20-year-old to get to the big leagues. A-Rod, Ken Griffey Jr.
Juan DeFranco?
Yeah. I mean, you get elite talents that can pull it off, but it's going to be a little while. And Bogarts is potentially looking at free agency at the end of the year. So this gives you, put it this way, if it were Bill Belichick and they had money, he'd go get Carlos Correa and leverage Bogarts. So do it.
Do you want some further information? Because I'm sure people want to know when the hell the season's actually going to start. Players can report to spring training camps as early as tomorrow. This is, again, from Jeff Passan. Opening day is expected to be April 7th. Transactions unfreeze upon ratification, which is expected to come as early as today, meaning free agents can sign and trades can happen pretty much as early as tonight.
Yeah, and April 7th means that they've only, wiped out 2 series to start the year. So had 6 games. April 7th, if I'm not mistaken, the Red Sox are in New York.
Thursday, April 7th.
Yeah, so they will open on April 7th against the Yankees in New York. And the 2 series that were wiped out, one will be made up at the end of the year. They'll tack it on at the end of the season. The other one will be made up in double headers. Those are Baltimore and Tampa Bay, and they're both home series.
And there'll be 162 games.
Correct.
9-inning doubleheaders?
I don't know. Good question.
Okay.
Good question. I hope there's 7.
April 7th on a 162 game schedule.
Yep.
Okay. And free agency starts tonight?
I mean, it seems that way based on all these reports coming in, yeah.
Now, that's the best part of this thing.
Yeah, if they're smart, free agency just started.
What about rule changes? Anything on that?
No, I haven't seen anything yet on that.
But I think that's...
Go ahead.
Jesse Rogers from ESPN just tweeted 9-inning doubleheaders. Regular extra inning rules return. Man on second is a thing of the past.
Oh, F off.
F off. Boo. F off.
You
Boo.
idiots.
Boo. Boo. 9-inning doubleheaders. That's great. Enjoy that in the broadcast booth there, Mazz. 8 hours on your ass.
Tell me about it.
Good God. 9-inning doubleheader, no run-arounds. That's the second best thing baseball. The two best things baseball has done on the field is the one game wild card play-in. Okay, those 2 nights are the best 2 nights in baseball, and the runner on second in extra innings. Two best things baseball's done, both gone. I guess. I don't know. There's a new playoff format in this too. Any details on that?
Nope.
That's going to be 12 teams, I think.
Okay. Keep going, Mazz.
No. So again, they were discussing 2 proposals, 12 and 14. The 12-team scenario, at risk of getting into Felger and Mazz math again, I think was the one with 1 bye.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one they were adhering to. And Mike, I think based on the stuff that I've been reading the last couple of days.
No, it's just the opposite, Mazz. The 12-team format had 6 teams per league with 2 byes.
Okay. All right. So, but they were going to do the 12-team format, not the 14.
And the 12-team has 2 byes. The top 2 division winners get a bye. The third division winner gets to choose its wild card opponent, I think. And hopefully, because I'm in favor of it, they would get a ghost win. Now, this is all coming out now, so we'll see if that's what they were doing. But go ahead.
Okay, so you're going to have a 12-team playoff. And I think, based on I think MLB players agreed to give MLB control over the rules starting in 2023. So again, we're not going to have any major rule changes this year, but over the winter, I expect that, we'll have implemented the bigger bases, no shifts, a pitch timer, pitch clock, whatever you want to call it. And I'm willing to bet that over time, we'll get back the 7-inning doubleheaders. I bet you we'll get those back.
And please give me runner on second in the 10th inning.
I think that baseball should do those.
I mean, what I really think they should do is runner on second and third, 1 out, and take away a lot of people don't want to watch a sacrifice or anything like that. So take second and third, 1 out, let's go. I mean, they should dink around with all that stuff.
Absolutely.
There's no sport that needs more dinking around than baseball. So I'm frustrated we're losing the extra inning thing. I'm frustrated we're losing the 1-game play-in thing. Anyway, back to the free agency, which begins tonight. Mazz thinks there's a legit consideration for Carlos Correa. I'm just reading here from, I don't even know where I got this, MLB Trade Rumors. If teams like the Yankees, Astros, Angels, and Phillies truly won't get near Correa's assumed asking price, parentheses, north of Seager, what's Seager's first name in L.A.? Corey Seager. North of Corey Seager's $325 million, he lacks a contending big market team in need of a short. You think the Red Sox are going to play Carlos Correa $350 million?
No.
So then what's the path there?
Because I think there's a chance that Correa's market's going to be less than he thinks it is. And I'm not sure the Yankees are a big player there. Maybe they are. I mean, the Yankees are always a player. But they have too many right-handed hitters in that lineup to begin with. So they probably have to shed someone to figure that out. And they get some, that team was a softball team last year to begin with. Someone out there in all probability is going to want Correa. But I wouldn't completely rule it out. Because, Mike, look at all
the Sox have never signed one of those contracts.
No, it won't be for that kind of deal.
When I say the Sox, I mean this ownership.
Yeah, not that kind of deal. No. $325 million won't happen. It would have to come down. You'd have to be looking at like 4 years and 120 or something.
Would you rather have Freddie Freeman or Kyle Schwarber?
Freddie Freeman.
Kind of feels like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, because he fills the need at first base, and you still have J.D. Martinez, and I'll take the need. I'll take the fill at first base.
Would you rather have
Schwarber's younger though?
Schwarber, Freeman, or Anthony Rizzo?
Freeman, but Rizzo will be a lot cheaper. So Freeman's the best player in that group. He's the offensively and defensively, he's a legit first baseman, and he's a left-handed bat. Fills a lot of needs in your lineup. So Freeman would be the best one. But again, Mike, you're talking about probably about a sizable contract there.
If you don't go Correa, would you want Trevor Story?
I don't mind the idea. Yeah.
Because that's another thing that gives you leverage over Bogarts and flexibility in that thing.
I hate the Colorado players typically because I think those numbers are all inflated. So is he as good a player as his numbers? Probably not. But do I think the Red Sox should be in the market for a shortstop potentially to help leverage them against Bogarts and consider playing Bogarts at second base? My answer is yes.
Okay, baseball has a deal. Lockout is over. Free agency potentially begins tonight, now. Training camps start tomorrow. Season starts April 7th. Red Sox at Yankees, finally.